Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about how I personally would have written the end of Boruto. Not that there's any problem with the way it ended, but I'm just giving my own opinion on how it could have ended. Before we start off, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched my previous video. We broke the 1000 views mark for the first time ever on this channel with that video, so that's a milestone. So thank you so much, and to all of you that subscribed, another huge thank you and shout out to all of you. I just want to say that the events that are about to take place in this version will resemble the Sasuke retrieval arc, as that's where I took inspiration from. But I won't be going balls deep into the fights, and I just want to push out my idea. But if you want me to explain the fight and do the matchups, just let me know. Alright. Heading to the story, the events of chapter 80 have just taken place and Boruto and Sasuke have left the village. Kakashi is now back as the Hokage, and he has been under fire from the Kage of other villages, as they are concerned that some of the strongest people in the world have aligned themselves with each other and gone rogue. After much debate, the 5 Kage reached a consensus that they will send a squad after them with the intention of bringing Boruto back to pay for his crime. The Kage decided that this squad should contain elite ninjas from all their villages, and they drew up a draft and eventually came up with the list of Kawaki Uzumaki from the leaf, Shinki from the sand, Shizuma from the mist, Yuri from the cloud, and Seki from the village hidden in stone. They were all called forth and given the details of their mission. It was a secret mission, so only the 5 Kage, their aides, and the ninjas selected were aware. They were to be assisted by high-level Junin, but due to the caliber of their opponents, there was no one fit for the role. So Kakashi, due to him knowing both Sasuke and Boruto the most, volunteered to be their Junin and oversee the mission. The next morning, all selected ninjas were deployed to meet at a rendezvous point, and Kakashi and Kawaki were on their way. Kakashi asked Kawaki if he'd be okay going against his former teacher and someone he considered a brother, and he replied with yeah, why wouldn't I? During the whole summit and even in the morning, Ada Senrigan had been active, watching the events unfold. She decided to honor the 5 Kage's decision of keeping it a secret and didn't tell Sarada or Sumire or anyone else in the village. Meanwhile, Boruto and Sasuke have just arrived at Orochimaru's hideout, and Yamato, who hasn't yet heard the news of Naruto's death, escorted them in. As Sasuke told him they were here for business purposes. He came to Orochimaru to see Karin and Suigetsu and asked for their help. They obviously jumped to his aid, but Orochimaru knew something was up and reserved his comments. He instead decided he would observe them to find out what was really going on. They eventually went to also find Jugo, and after much talking, Boruto reminded him about the swans. Though Jugo remembers that event with Kawaki, he didn't ask much questions, and Taka was back together. They were being followed by Orochimaru. Though Momoshiki and Sasuke were aware, they let him tag along. Kakashi and the 5 ninja have reached the rendezvous point and are on their way searching for Boruto, following his last known location, which were the outskirts of Konoha. Kakashi got the idea that Sasuke might have gone to see his old teammates, so they headed to Orochimaru's hideout. Upon reaching there, they saw Yamato and his team. Then they told them they were here to see Orochimaru, and Yamato said that's odd. Lord Sixth and Sasuke came all this way for Orochimaru. What could he have done now? With that, Kakashi's hunch was right. Then he told the squad to spread out and look for Boruto and Sasuke. He eventually debriefed Yamato on what had happened to Naruto and what Boruto really did. Yamato was in shock as he just let them through without being informed, and he also sent a team to look for them. Kawaki knew they had left the area as his and Boruto's karma would have been resonating, so he told them not to waste their energy, but Shinki still looked around and found out that there was no one in the area, meaning everyone plus Orochimaru had fled. Meanwhile, Shizuma had gone. because he being the rogue he is, he only agreed to join the team as he saw it as an opportunity for him to escape the clutches of the mist. But just as he was running and looking back to check whether he was being followed, he ran straight into Kakashi's hand, with Kakashi then revealing to him that a jutsu was placed on him, and at Kakashi's command he'd be blown up and killed. Shizuma eventually gave up and followed Kakashi back to the hideout. Shinki, while waiting for Kakashi, noticed that Kawaki was edgy, almost eager, as if he had been waiting for this opportunity his whole life. In essence, he just wasn't acting normal from how he remembers him, so Shinki took that as a sign and put an eye on Kawaki. Kakashi eventually returned, and they all headed out to look for Boruto and his team. Early the next morning, Boruto and his team had made a camp to rest for a while, as their objective was to get as far away from the leaf as possible, when a kunai was thrown in the middle of their camp. It was Orochimaru. When Sasuke saw him, he knew that it meant trouble, so they all got up and ran. Kawaki knew through the karma resonance that they were close, and as they were running, two giant snakes emerged from the ground, blocking their path, and as they looked to the left, they saw Orochimaru looking at them, and looking as creepy as he did in that one Naruto panel, where he was behind a tree and you could only see half of his face and staring at his opponent. Kawaki immediately blasted away the snakes, and to Kakashi's surprise, he wondered how he advanced the Rasengan to the point that it could be fired like that, and the omnipotence came into play, so he ignored it, though he managed to stay in the back of his mind. Kawaki told them to come on, but Shinki said he would stay and face Orochimaru, as he had heard the stories of how he disgraced the Sand by killing one of their Kazekage. He told Orochimaru that he's not like the past Kage, and he would take Orochimaru down and regain the Sand's honor. He pushed Orochimaru away, giving the squad an opportunity to keep pursuing Taka. Orochimaru was fascinated with Shinki's strength and decided to take him on. Kawaki was really eager as he was running faster than they all were, as he didn't want to miss the opportunity to kill Boruto. Kakashi wondered why he was so fired up, but just thought maybe because he killed his father, so he didn't ask any questions due to how strong the resonance. Due to how strong the resonance got, Boruto knew that Kawaki and his squad were close by, so Suigetsu volunteered to stay back, and they continued on their way. Kawaki was moving at high speeds when he saw two hands of water from opposite directions hold him in place. He was shocked, but Shizuma came in and caught him free in no time. Oh, another water-style user, Suigetsu said, emerging from the dark. Suigetsu, it's an honor to meet you, but this is where you go down, Shizuma said. Kakashi asked Shizuma if he really wanted to do this, as Suigetsu is quite experienced, but Shizuma replied with yes. So the squad was down to 4. Kakashi told Kawaki to calm down so he wouldn't be caught off guard, and he reluctantly agreed. They began to move as a unit, and as they were going, the sun began to darken, and when they looked up, they saw Korsmark Jugu was about to land on them, so they scattered. Kawaki and Yuri began to engage in combat with Jugo, and then Seke from the shadows used his earth style to hold Jugo in place when he noticed something in the corner of his eye. It was Boruto, so Seke immediately lost focus and went after him, not alerting anyone, but that was just Karin transformed into Boruto to lead Seke away. Jugo eventually broke out, and Yuri said he would handle him, so Kakashi and Kawaki can keep going. Boruto and Sasuke kept running when Boruto's karma started spreading. Momo tells him that Kawaki is close by, and he's activating his karma. With Kawaki locking onto Boruto's chakra, he opens a portal for himself and Kakashi. They walk through and are now face to face with Sasuke and Boruto. Upon seeing them, Sasuke immediately throws a smoke grenade and creates shadow clones that go in every which way. Kakashi does the same in an attempt to get to Sasuke and talk to him, which leaves just Boruto and Kawaki. At least that's what Kawaki thought. As the smoke cleared, Boruto was gone, and Kawaki didn't recall seeing any clones of Boruto. He looked above and saw Boruto flying, so he followed him on foot till they got to the final valley. They finally fought, but Boruto was holding back, as the more he fought, the more Momoshiki wanted to come out. He was eventually close to the limit of his chakra, so he made a more refined compressed Rasengan, and Kawaki made one of those his energy balls to resemble the Rasengan, just that it's red, and then they clashed. Meanwhile, when Kakashi and his clones left to chase the Sasuke clones, the real one was still at the place they met and was headed to the final valley. Kakashi, after taking down all the clones, realized Sasuke had pulled one over him, and he looked for Kawaki's chakra and headed to the final valley. Kawaki had passed out as the explosion swallowed them whole. Boruto was also about to pass out, and when he did, Sasuke arrived, and just as Momoshiki was about to take over, Sasuke infused some chakra into Boruto. Sasuke had picked up Boruto's body and was about to leave when Kakashi arrived. He asked Sasuke why he's doing all this. Why is he helping the person who killed the man who saved him? Why has he gone back to the dark? That doesn't he remember his wife and daughter in the village? Sasuke then replies that he's doing it for them. He said even if I told you why all this is happening, he wouldn't believe him. It was at the utterance of these words that Kakashi knew something was wrong. Kakashi then picked up Kawaki's body and said, "Go. I trust you, Sasuke." Sasuke then says, "Thank you, Sensei," as like some form of way to show that all he's doing and all he's saying is genuine. Upon hearing Sensei, Kakashi looks back to see whether that was actually Sasuke, but he vanished. He then looks up in the sky and says, "I have faith in you, Sasuke." The members of Taka and Orochimaru eventually finish their job of being diversions, so they leave, and the rest of the squad soon meets up with Kakashi, who said they couldn't stop them in time and they got away. The chapter then ends with all of them returning back to the village and Kawaki hospitalized. When he wakes up, he then begins to feel dejected by the fact that he couldn't kill Boruto. Amado is working on his body, and as he is, the audience find out that he really isn't affected by the omnipotence. Then the time skip begins in the next chapter. Hope you guys liked this video, and another big thank you to my subscribers and viewers. Please like and subscribe, and check back next time for more content. Peace out, and I love you all.